Welcome to the second and final part of our Starbound Love story. If you haven't watched the first part yet, make sure to check it out for the full experience. The link is in the description below. Previously we followed Layla, a Valerian girl, and Jake, a human boy, as they navigated the lush and mysterious planet of Narth. Their paths crossed unexpectedly, leading to a deep connection despite the challenges they faced. Now join us as we continue their adventure and discover how their story unfolds. Layla wandered through the dense forest, the sunlight filtering through the thick canopy above, casting dappled shadows on the ground. Her large, expressive eyes sparkled with curiosity as she navigated the familiar paths. Today, she was not alone. By her side was her best friend Zara, a tech-savvy and adventurous Valerian girl known for her resourcefulness and quick thinking. Zara's presence was a comfort to Layla, especially now that they had a secret to keep. As they walked, Layla shared her worries with Zara about Jake, the human boy she had rescued. Zara listened intently, her bright eyes filled with concern and determination. "We need to fix his spacecraft, Layla," Zara said firmly, "and we need to keep him hidden until we do." Meanwhile, far above the lush planet of Narth, a human spaceship entered its atmosphere. Captain Alex, Jake's older brother, was at the helm, his heart heavy with worry. He had been searching for Jake ever since his distress signal had been detected. Now he was closer than ever, but he knew the dangers of Narth and the complex relationship between humans and Valerians. Jake and Layla were deep in the heart of the forest, working tirelessly on the damaged spacecraft. Jake's face was pale, his movements slow due to his injuries, but his determination was unwavering. Layla, with Zara's help, managed to gather some basic tools and materials to begin the repairs. Suddenly, the ground shook slightly as Captain Alex's ship descended nearby. The sound of engines roared through the forest, alerting the village elders. Tensions immediately rose as the Valerian villagers discovered Jake's presence among them. Layla's heart raced as she realized they needed to act quickly. Zara, ever the quick thinker, devised a plan to help them evade capture. "We need to move him now," she whispered to Layla. "I know a place where we can hide until things calm down." Layla's family and village elders confronted her as soon as they saw the human. Her parents' faces were etched with worry and anger. "Layla, what have you done?" her father demanded. "You know the rules about humans." Layla stood her ground, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "Jake needs our help. He's not like the others. He's different." Meanwhile, Captain Alex found Jake and the two brothers had a tense reunion. Alex's eyes narrowed as he saw Layla and Zara. "Who are they?" he asked, his tone distrustful. Jake, despite his injuries, stood protectively beside Layla. "They saved my life, Alex. We need to trust them." The clash of cultures was evident as Alex and the villagers exchanged wary glances. Layla and Jake worked tirelessly to bridge the divide, explaining their situation and the need for cooperation. Zara played a crucial role as a mediator, using her knowledge and diplomatic skills to calm the tensions. With the situation in the village growing more precarious, they needed a solid plan to escape and repair both the spacecraft and Alex's ship. Layla and Zara used their deep understanding of the forest to gather the necessary materials, moving stealthily to avoid detection by the village elders. Jake and Alex, despite their initial differences, began to bond over the shared goal of returning home. Alex saw the determination in Layla's eyes and slowly began to trust her and Zara. Together they worked on repairing the ships, their efforts bringing them closer. As the group toiled away, the forest around them seemed to stand still, holding its breath. Layla and Zara strategized, using every resource available to them. They knew the forest like the back of their hands and used this knowledge to their advantage, navigating the hidden paths and gathering rare materials needed for the repairs. Finally, after days of hard work, both ships were ready. The group gathered, the tension palpable. Layla looked at Jake, her heart aching at the thought of him leaving, but she knew it was necessary. "We'll come back for you," Jake promised, his eyes filled with determination and hope. As they boarded the ships, Layla and Zara stood side by side, watching as the engines roared to life. The forest was filled with the sound of departure, and as the ships lifted off, Layla felt a mix of sadness and hope. She knew their journey was far from over, but with Jake's promise and their newfound unity, she believed they could overcome any obstacle. The future awaited them, full of adventure and uncertainty, but Layla knew they would face it together. Their bond, forged in the heart of the forest, was unbreakable. As the ships disappeared into the sky, Layla and Zara turned back to the forest, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united by their friendship and the promise of a brighter future. Layla and Zara returned to the village with mixed feelings. The forest seemed quieter, almost as if it were holding its breath in anticipation of what was to come. The villagers, having witnessed the human departure, were filled with a mix of relief and apprehension. Layla's family, still reeling from the discovery of her involvement with a human, awaited her return with worried expressions. "Layla," her mother said softly, embracing her daughter, "what you've done, it's dangerous. But I see the courage in your heart." Layla nodded, her eyes determined. "I had to help him, Mother, and I will continue to do so. We need to find a way to coexist peacefully." Days turned into weeks, and life in the village began to return to normal. However, the events that had transpired left an indelible mark on the Valerians. The village elders called a meeting, inviting all the villagers to discuss the future. Layla and Zara stood before the council, their hearts pounding. Zara, always the eloquent one, began to speak. "We have seen the potential for a different future. One where Valerians and humans can work together, learn from each other, and protect our planet together." There were murmurs of agreement and dissent among the crowd. One of the elders, a wise and respected leader named Elder Saran, raised his hand for silence. "Layla, Zara, your actions have shown great bravery, but we must tread carefully. Trust is fragile, and our past with humans has been tumultuous." Layla stepped forward, her voice strong and clear. "I believe that by working together we can build a bridge between our worlds. Jake and his people are not our enemies. They seek the same peace and understanding that we do." Elder Sora nodded thoughtfully. "We will consider your words, Layla. For now, we must focus on protecting our village and preparing for any future encounters." As the village began to open up to the idea of collaboration, Layla and Zara continued their exploration of the forest, searching for clues and materials that could aid their cause. One day, they stumbled upon an ancient ruin hidden deep within the woods. The structure, covered in vines and moss, seemed to emanate a strange energy. "What is this place?" Zara asked, her eyes wide with wonder. Layla approached the entrance, feeling a strange pull. "I don't know, but I feel like it's important." Inside, they found old manuscripts and artifacts that spoke of a time when Valerians and humans had coexisted peacefully. The text detailed a powerful artifact that could enhance communication and understanding between species, something that had been lost to time. "This is it," Layla said, her eyes shining with excitement. "This is the key to our future." Determined to find the artifact, Layla and Zara gathered a small group of trusted friends to help them on their quest. The journey was fraught with challenges, from navigating treacherous terrain to deciphering ancient texts. Along the way, they encountered various creatures and obstacles, but their determination never wavered. As they delved deeper into the forest, they discovered that the artifact was guarded by an ancient guardian, a massive wise being that had protected it for centuries. The guardian, recognizing their pure intentions, allowed them to take the artifact, imparting wisdom and guidance on how to use it. "Remember," the guardian said in a deep, resonant voice, "the artifact's power lies in the unity of hearts and minds. Use it wisely." Returning to the village with the artifact, Layla and Zara presented it to the elders. The artifact, when activated, created a harmonious melody that resonated throughout the village, filling the hearts of all who heard it with a sense of peace and understanding. Captain Alex, who had been working to establish communication with the Valerians, received the signal and returned to Narth with a delegation of humans. The meeting was tense at first, but the artifact's influence helped to bridge the gap between the two species. Jake and Layla reunited, their bond stronger than ever. Together, they demonstrated the power of cooperation and love. The village elders, seeing the potential for a brighter future, agreed to form an alliance with the humans. The village held a grand celebration to mark the beginning of this new era. Valerians and humans mingled, sharing stories, food and music. The forest was alive with laughter and joy as the two species celebrated their newfound unity. Layla and Jake stood together, looking out over the gathering. "We did it," Jake said, his eyes filled with pride and love. Layla nodded, her heart full. "This is just the beginning. Together we can achieve so much more." As the night wore on, they danced under the stars, their hearts light and their spirits high. The future was uncertain, but they knew that as long as they stood together, they could face any challenge. In the end, the love and friendship between Layla and Jake became a symbol of hope and unity for both their worlds. And as the stars twinkled above, they knew that their journey was far from over, but they would face it hand in hand, ready for whatever the universe had in store for them. Layla and Jake stood before the Council of Elders, the ancient artifact in their hands glowing softly. The village had come together in an unprecedented display of unity, with Valerians and humans working side by side. The artifact's harmonious melody had brought a sense of peace and understanding, but there was still much to be done. Elder Soran, his eyes wise and kind, addressed the gathered crowd. "Today marks the beginning of a new era. We have seen the power of unity, but our work is not yet complete. We must forge a lasting alliance, one that will stand the test of time and ensure peace for future generations." Layla stepped forward, her heart pounding with determination. "We have the potential to create something truly beautiful, a world where Valerians and humans live in harmony, learning from each other and protecting our planet together." Jake nodded in agreement. "We need to establish a formal alliance with representatives from both species working together. This alliance will not only ensure our mutual protection, but also foster cultural exchange and technological advancement." The crowd murmured in agreement, and the elders nodded thoughtfully. Elder Soran raised his hand for silence. "Layla, Jake, you have proven yourselves as leaders. You will spearhead this initiative. Gather representatives from both species and draft the terms of our alliance." Layla and Jake set to work immediately, forming a delegation that included Zara, Captain Alex, and other key figures from both communities. They spent weeks drafting the terms of the alliance, ensuring that it was fair and beneficial for both Valerians and humans. Zara, ever the diplomat, worked tirelessly to mediate between the different factions. "We need to ensure that both sides feel heard and respected," she said during one of their late-night meetings. "This alliance must be built on mutual trust and understanding." Captain Alex, who had initially been skeptical of the Valerians, had grown to respect their wisdom and culture. "We have much to learn from each other," he admitted. "This alliance is an opportunity for growth and innovation." The delegation faced many challenges, from navigating cultural differences to addressing concerns about resource sharing and environmental protection. But through it all, Layla and Jake remained steadfast, their vision of a united world guiding their efforts. The day of the summit arrived, and representatives from both species gathered in the heart of the forest. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation as the delegation presented the terms of the alliance. Elder Soran stepped forward to address the crowd. "Today, we stand at the threshold of a new era. This alliance is a testament to our shared desire for peace and prosperity. Together, we will build a future where our children can grow and thrive." Layla and Jake exchanged a proud glance as the representatives from both sides signed the alliance agreement. The artifact, now a symbol of their unity, glowed brightly, casting a warm light over the assembled crowd. As the agreement was finalized, a sense of relief and joy swept through the gathering. The villagers celebrated with music, dancing and feasting, their hearts filled with hope for the future. With the alliance formalized, the real work began. Layla and Jake led joint teams of Valerians and humans in various projects aimed at improving their world. They focused on sustainable agriculture, clean energy, and environmental conservation, drawing on the strengths of both species. Zara spearheaded an initiative to create a cultural exchange program, allowing Valerians and humans to learn about each other's traditions, languages, and technologies. Understanding each other is the key to lasting peace, she said during one of their meetings. We must celebrate our differences and find common ground. Captain Alex worked with Valerian scientists to develop advanced technologies that could benefit both species. We have the opportunity to create something truly remarkable, he said, his eyes alight with excitement. Together we can achieve things we never thought possible. Years passed and the alliance flourished. Valerians and humans lived and worked together, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. The forest, once a symbol of division, became a beacon of hope and unity. Layla and Jake, now respected leaders, watched with pride as their vision became a reality. They had faced countless challenges, but their love and determination had carried them through. Together, they had built a world where Valerians and humans could coexist in harmony, their hearts and minds united by a shared dream. On the anniversary of the Alliance, a grand celebration was held in the heart of the forest. Valerians and humans gathered to commemorate the day that had changed their world forever. The air was filled with laughter, music, and the scent of blooming flowers as the two species celebrated their unity. Layla and Jake stood hand in hand, their hearts full of joy and gratitude. "We did it," Jake said, his voice filled with pride. "We've created something truly beautiful." Layla nodded, her eyes shining with happiness. "This is just the beginning. Our journey is far from over, but I know that as long as we stand together, we can overcome any challenge." As the sun set, casting a golden glow over the forest, Layla and Jake shared a tender kiss, their hearts beating as one. The future was bright, and they knew that whatever lay ahead, they would face it together. And so, under the twinkling stars, the celebration continued, a testament to the power of love, unity, and the enduring bond between Valerians and humans. The Great Alliance had been forged, and with it, a new era of peace and prosperity had begun. Layla and Jake, their love story a symbol of hope and resilience, looked forward to a future filled with endless possibilities, knowing that together they could achieve anything. A year had passed since the grand celebration of the Alliance, and the world of Narth had changed in ways both profound and beautiful. The bond between Valerians and humans grew stronger each day, but with progress came new challenges. Layla and Jake had been summoned to a council meeting, this time with representatives from neighboring planets who had heard of their alliance and wanted to learn from their success. The meeting was to be held in the Grand Hall of the Valerian Elders, a majestic structure built within the largest tree in the forest. Elder Soran welcomed the delegates with a warm smile. "We have come together to share our journey and to seek new ways to strengthen our bond. Our alliance has shown that peace and cooperation are possible, and we are eager to learn from each other." Delegates from various planets, including the serene planet of Vela and the technologically advanced world of Astra, gathered in the hall. Each delegation brought unique perspectives and technologies that could enhance the alliance. Layla and Jake took the lead in presenting their achievements and challenges. "Our journey has not been easy," Layla began, her voice steady and clear. "But through perseverance and mutual respect, we have built a foundation of trust and cooperation." Jake nodded, adding, "We have learned that our differences are our greatest strength. By embracing each other's cultures and knowledge, we can achieve things that were once thought impossible." The delegates listened intently, inspired by their story. Discussions flowed, ideas were exchanged, and plans for future collaborations began to take shape. As the conference continued, Zara approached Layla and Jake with a concerned expression. "I've intercepted some troubling communications," she whispered. "There are factions within the neighboring planets who are not happy with our alliance. They see it as a threat to their power." Layla's eyes widened. "Do you think they will take action against us?" Zara nodded gravely. It's possible. We need to be prepared for anything. Captain Alex, who had been monitoring the situation closely, joined their conversation. We must strengthen our defenses and ensure that our allies are ready to stand with us. This alliance is too important to let it be torn apart by fear and hostility. Layla and Jake worked tirelessly with their delegation and the visiting representatives to fortify their alliance. They established new protocols for mutual defense and shared intelligence to counter any potential threats. Zara used her tech skills to enhance communication networks, ensuring that all allied planets could stay in constant contact. We need to be one step ahead, she said, her fingers flying over her control panel. If we stay united, we can handle anything that comes our way. Meanwhile, Layla and Jake focused on deepening the cultural exchange programs, believing that understanding and empathy were the keys to true peace. We need to show the universe that our alliance is based on love and respect, Jake said during a meeting. If we can do that, we can inspire others to follow our example. The alliance's resolve was soon put to the test. A rogue faction from a distant planet, envious of the prosperity and unity that the alliance had achieved, launched an attack on Narth. Their goal was to destabilize the fragile peace and seize control of the planet's resources. Layla, Jake, and Captain Alex sprang into action. They coordinated with their allies, deploying defense forces to protect their world. Zara's advanced communication systems played a crucial role, allowing them to respond quickly and effectively to the threat. As the battle raged on, Layla led a team of Valerian warriors, their knowledge of the forest giving them a strategic advantage. We know these woods better than anyone, she told her team. Use the terrain to our advantage and protect our home. Jake and Alex commanded the human forces, their experience in combat proving invaluable. We fight for our future, Jake shouted to his troops. We fight for our home and for the bonds that we have forged. The battle was fierce, but the Alliance's unity proved to be their greatest strength. Valerians and humans fought side by side, their trust in each other unshakable. The Allied forces from Vela and Astra provided crucial support, their advanced technologies tipping the scales in their favor. As the enemy forces began to retreat, it became clear that the Alliance had won. The rogue faction's attempt to sow discord had only strengthened the resolve of Layla, Jake, and their allies. In the aftermath of the battle, the leaders of the Allied planets gathered once more. Elder Soran addressed the assembly, his voice filled with pride and hope. We have faced our first great challenge together and emerged victorious. This victory is a testament to the power of unity and cooperation. Layla and Jake stood together, their hands clasped tightly. We will continue to build a world where our children can live in peace, Layla said, her eyes shining with determination. Jake nodded. Our alliance is a beacon of hope. We have shown that through love and respect we can overcome any obstacle. A grand celebration was held to honor their victory and to reaffirm their commitment to peace. Valerians, humans and their allies from other planets gathered in the heart of the forest, the air filled with music, laughter, and the scent of blooming flowers. Layla and Jake stood at the center of the celebration, their hearts full of joy and gratitude. They had faced countless challenges, but their love and determination had carried them through. As the sun set, casting a golden glow over the forest, Layla and Jake shared a tender kiss, their hearts beating as one. The future was bright, and they knew that whatever lay ahead, they would face it together. And so, under the twinkling stars, the celebration continued, a testament to the power of love, unity, and the enduring bond between Valerians and humans. The Great Alliance had been tested and had emerged stronger than ever, a beacon of hope for the entire galaxy. Layla and Jake, their love story, a symbol of resilience and courage, looked forward to a future filled with endless possibilities, knowing that together they could achieve anything. Years passed and the Alliance continued to thrive. Layla and Jake's story became legend, inspiring countless others to seek unity and peace. Their children grew up in a world where Valerians and humans lived and worked together, their bonds stronger than ever. The Interplanetary Alliance expanded, with more planets joining their cause. The galaxy became a place of cooperation and understanding. where differences were celebrated and conflicts were resolved through dialogue and empathy. Layla and Jake, now elder statesmen of the Alliance, looked out over their world with pride and love. They had built something truly remarkable, a legacy of peace that would endure for generations to come. And as they stood together, hand in hand, they knew that their journey was far from over. There were still new challenges to face and new adventures to embark on, but with each other by their side, they were ready for anything. Their love had created a new dawn, a brighter future for all, and they were determined to protect it no matter what. And so the story of Layla and Jake, of Valerians and humans, of love and unity continued, a shining example of what could be achieved when hearts and minds came together in harmony. The galaxy was a better place because of them, and their legacy would live on, inspiring future generations to reach for the stars and to build a world of peace and understanding.